to fix this because I'm tired. I'm tired, y'all. I can't be having these conversations when I'm traveling. I don't want to talk to y'all. And now I got a video to reference. So if somebody else want to say something stupid to me, if you want to watch YouTube, reference this video.
Where is NEVA? Where is NEVA? Where is NEVA? Where is she? Where is she? Where is she?
Hello, beautiful people. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Jeneva with Where is NEVA? This episode is a story time. You know I love telling stories, so this is a story time about my time in Barcelona. I love Barcelona for the most part, but I had a situation, a couple of situations where I questioned, is Barcelona racist? Barcelona racist? I don't think you can say a city is racist, or yet a place is racist, but you can say the government practice racist laws, the people in the government could be racist, or the people living within that city or that country is racist, or the people visiting is racist. The experiences that I dealt with were people that were visiting. Situations that I endured were people at my hostel. And it was crazy. It was nuts. I was just like, yo, this can't be real. Like, this ain't true. So I'm ready to share this story. I hope you are ready to. My question to y'all is Barcelona racist? So it was the second night in Barcelona. And every night at the hostel we're staying at, they do events. So they have daytime events and they have nighttime events. For instance, they have like the Gaudi walk during the day. And then they have dinner, which is free. And then they have the night party, but you go to a pre-party and then a night party. But before the pre-party, it's just a whole bunch of partying and a whole bunch of fun. Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. The first night, me and my cousin didn't go out. The second night, we were excited about going out because we never partied in Barcelona. Hello.
And we just wanna shake that.
What you about to do?
We are going to the club
In Barcelona.
in Barcelona.
And so we had to walk and take public transportation to the club, which is cool. During that time, you get to meet people. You can mingle with your hostel mates. Time when we were walking, this man came up to me. It was a white man. He was about like 6'6", 6'7". He was tall, and I'm like short. I'm shorter, okay? He came and talked to me, and we were having a good conversation. He said he was from Europe, and he was from, like, I think London or whatnot. For some reason, somehow, we started talking about race. I don't know how we started talking about race, but we did. I don't know, it's like, I'm up for it. Talk race with me. I don't know. It just started happening. And he said that more white people are murdered by blacks than vice versa. And I said, where are you getting that from? Let's talk about the ratio of people. When it comes to white people and black people, think about that ratio. And then when you talk about black people, think about mass incarceration, think about police bias, think about all the things that black folks have to go through before you even bring that statement. When it comes to black violence, isn't the reason why they're going through so much is because they're fatherless? Did he just say black people are fatherless? That hit my heart differently because my father passed back in 2015. And so him bringing that statement really saddened me during the time. And I then asked him again, like, well, you have to still consider the fact of police bias. You got to consider the fact drug on wars. You have to consider the fact mass incarceration. You have to consider the fact school to prison pipeline. The new Jim Crow. Like, this stuff is serious. So you spilling and saying a statement like that without understanding your own privilege for even saying that statement doesn't sit right with me. Statement itself is drowned in white supremacy and has been used for centuries to kill our black people. could have talked about the KKK. I could have talked about white supremacy. So I asked him, I said, where are you getting this from? And he said, YouTube. And I said, okay. Well, I challenge you to look into books like New Jim Crow by Michelle Alexandra. Or listen to Martin Luther King or Malcolm X. Or different greats that are African American that can speak upon what you think is right from a country that you're not even from. After I said that, he brought up, he was like, that's bullshit. Wait. So that's bullshit for me telling you who you should look up to, but you want me to address what you want me to address? I don't feel comfortable addressing that with you. First of all, I'm in a white country. Second of all, you are a white man. Third of all, you are speaking in your own privilege. Why do I feel like I have to, are obligated to explain something to you that you can do your own research on? Instead, I wanted him to listen to his own ignorance and walk away. I had to protect my energy because nor was it the time or the place to have that conversation with him. Nor was he open-minded to even have that conversation. So that was me putting my boundaries up. He wanted to talk to me about my blackness. And then want to talk about my brothers and sisters being fatherless. Not knowing that me and my cousin is fatherless. Privilege. It's not okay. And it hurts. Different conversations that you can have when traveling. If you are curious and you want more knowledge about something, then you open the door for that. You don't come in and proceed with judgment. You don't come in and proceed with opinionated statements that you learn from different areas. And if you learn this through YouTube, who was the person that said this? What did that person look like? Did they look like me? At this point, now that I'm gone from the situation, there were so many questions that I did want to ask that guy. It broke my heart. That's what people outside of America, even Americans, think. That's why police bias is happening. That's why black and brown brothers and sisters are getting killed off daily. If that was the case, that black people were killing white people at a masses as much as white folks is killing black people, I think the news would be covering that. Don't you think people would be talking about that? And you wouldn't have to just watch it on YouTube? The rest of the night, I didn't talk to him. He still wanted to be around the circle of me and my cousin. He ended up telling my cousin that, hey, I don't think your cousin likes me, which I didn't care for him. Because if you can tell me that what I'm saying is bullshit, but you're going to come and tell me that the color in the country that I'm from, that majority of black people are fatherless, there's nothing for us to talk about without you trying to do your own research. There's nothing for us to talk about. After that was one situation. But after that, during the night was going on. I was still irritated, but I was like, you know what? I'm not about to let this man ruin my experience. So I'm dancing, I'm chilling, I'm vibing. And then I was like, all right, it's time to go. Because it got really, really late. For some reason, Barcelona doesn't know when to stop. Okay? It was maybe 4 o'clock in the morning then. I was tired. So we were walking with 2 of our other hostel mates. And they're from, I have no clue. But they're also white. And they weren't from America. But I don't know what country they're from. This white girl came up and we were walking back to the hostel. And to me. And we were walking towards the other hostel mate. And he was like, howdy. And she was like, ha ha ha, why are you saying that? Because she's she's from the South? And I was like, wait, I'm not even from the South. And he was like, no, I'm not saying that. I always say howdy. She was like, oh, okay, because I was about to say, you're being racist. Wait. He says howdy, that means he's being racist? He looked puzzled just like I did. And we just dismissed it. I'm really just I'm over this. I'm kind of over Barcelona. I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to deal with the people. This is some wild stuff. Continue to proceed to walk home. She then was standing by me, still talking. I didn't just cancel her out at this point. I'm just like, okay. And so we were walking, and she was laughing hysterically. Next thing you know, she rubbed her hands across my braid. And at this point, I looked at my cousin, who I don't think really understood what was going on. But I'm like, did this woman just put her hands in my hair? That ain't cool. That ain't cool. Not supposed to just touch people. I mean, I guess in some countries, maybe that's acceptable. But at the same time, I feel like there's a thing where there's boundaries, you know? And there's like, and is that privilege? Because I will never dare my hands in somebody's hair. I will never talk about somebody else's race and then ostracize it. I will never talk about people's race without fully without asking questions for better understanding. You don't have a clue about, because I'm not from that country. Like what that white man could have said to me, it was like, hey, so this is what I heard on YouTube. What is this, like, is that true? Love to have a full conversation and told him to look. When I addressed some books to him to read or people to look at, he could ask me more in detail. So what does that even look like? Like, who are these people? He didn't come to me with an open mind. He came to me with a closed mind, as if he knew what he was talking about. But he's not from that country. And he's not black. The white woman said about the racist joke, she shouldn't even have said that. If that dude said howdy, say, hey, what does that mean? Especially if I told you I'm not even from the South. Or keep your hands to yourself. Stop putting your hands in people's hair. Don't touch. Is Barcelona racist? Like I stated before, I wouldn't say city's racist. I would say some of the people that visit could be racist. But also is ignorance. But if you want to learn more and you're really curious about knowing more, open up your mind. Ask questions for your own understanding. Don't come with judgment. Don't come with statements that you learn off of who knows where. Ask about my experience. Say, how is it being black in America? Because I got stories to tell if that's what you want to hear. Love you all so very much. Thank you again for tuning in. Thank you again for listening. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope you learned from this episode. I hope you open your mind and learn more about different races and different people and not walk around with just judgments. Okay? People around us judge us every day. Let's do better. Let's be better. I love you. Thank you again for tuning in. Bye.
Where is NEVA? Where is NEVA? Where is she? Where is she? Where is she?
Sir, if you're watching this, please, or if you're a man or a person of privilege or not privilege who thinks that's the case, that thinks that whites are getting murdered at this extreme number compared to vice versa, our black folks are just fatherless, please do your research. Do your research, because there are some amazing black fathers out here. And shout out to you all.
Where is NEVA? Where is NEVA?